Tab. Log into Dayglasscore and do dailies on phone. To Star Saviors and do dailies on phone.
Let's burn this breeze.
Threat eliminated. Scanning for next target. Traveler, Paimon. Annihilation mode disengaged. Chat mode activated.
Chat mode, huh? Huh. You'd probably get along well with a Fontanian magician friend of ours. She does modes instead of moods, too.
Good morning. We're having.
Hey! Don't you start too. One robot's enough.
These are some standard greetings I learned recently. 3 greetings in a row equals thrice the greetment. Hypothetically speaking.
Where did you get greetment from? Never mind. You're doing a whole lot better than the last time we met.
Yes. My cognition and language modules are recovering well. I can now sustain fluid conversation. But I have still been unable to retrieve the memory containing the code to the cryptex. I will keep trying. Sincere apologies.
The actual individual revenues of some of the games that I want to talk about today, because actually quite interesting. There's a lot to talk about this month.
Yes, now that a convenient moment to change the topic has presented itself. What is that object in your hand? A new model of source mechanism?
The chart that we've got over the last year or two, right? And we can see from last January through to where we are now, we've had a 10.8% year-on-year decline. Now you have to remember, this is mobile, right? We don't have the full mobile picture, and we don't have console and PC. And
flowers are plant reproductive organs, but I detect no signs of life.
It's more like a flower built from mechanical components.
Understood. A flower-shaped machine component. What is its function? Which module is it designed for? Is it compatible with my hardware?
It doesn't have a function. It's just for looking at. You know, a cute little souvenir.
Cute little souvenir. But if it serves no function, for what purpose was it built?
These companies lined a little bit where we've seen revenue increasing. We've actually seen a bit of an increase at the moment this last 2 months, which is great to see, of course, for the health of the market. But also, some would say that maybe more people are getting fucking ripped off. Who knows? But I think one thing this does show is that the PC and console market is right for the picking for some of these companies. Now, we know Wuthering Waves has about 70% of its player base on PC and console. The same for Enfield. And I would argue games like Zenless and Genshin Impact, it might be somewhat similar as well. Maybe a little bit less, but somewhat similar. So, with that spoken then, should we hop over into the juicy bit, shall we? Let's talk about some individual games here, shall we, guys? Because we've got some things to point out, right? Lads, girls, the girl gooners, spending lots on lads, insane amounts of money again, nearly $50 million. This game should be illegal. It's criminal how much money it makes for how trash it looks. I've got to be aware though, it's not for me obviously, but it's obviously for a lot of people, because 50 million ain't no chump change. This game is printing cash and continues to print cash month on month, pretty much. Next game I want to talk about, which again shows Western sentiment, specifically on YouTube and Twitter, and in certain Twitch streams, really matters zero. Because once again, Genshin Impact is printing cash at $41.6 million. Now, remember, guys, all of these numbers in terms of the mobile numbers are underestimated. You have to take into account some of these games have massive PC and console player bases as well. So you can sometimes maybe double, treble, or even more on some of these revenues, right? So you always have to take that into account. These are conservative numbers, and for some games have hidden revenue because of the
A cryptex is for sending messages. Machines are for performing tasks. What about this flower? What is it for?
Generous enough. I saw so many Twitter posts about it. I saw so many YouTube videos about it. But once again, it brings cash. It shows that CM and other spending markets and global spending markets don't listen to typically free-to-play and move people on social media, and the companies definitely don't either. Now, I'm not here to tell you that people had righteous issues with the game or they were just spouting bollocks. I'm just saying that once again, another boycott in the gacha space and in the gaming space kind of falls flat on its face. Right, Genshin Impact is still printing money. Hoyover is still printing money. Because at number 3, we've got Star Rail coming in with $37 million, absolutely printing cash once again, and another huge success for Hoyo over the years. Moving on down, an amazing month for Wuthering Waves. Great to see them doing really well, even though I love to mock and meme on the Wuthering Waves community. I call them the Arsenal of gacha in terms of the fan base. I still think it is fundamentally at its core a good game that needs work, and it's great to see them doing well. Coming in at $31.75 million. Huge month there. This is the biggest I've seen on mobile revenue estimates for a long time for Wuthering Waves, I believe. Right, up 7 places as well, so got itself back into the top 10, back into the top 5 actually, and it's probably going to continue to have a pretty decent next month or two as well, with obviously the Cyberpunk collaboration going on, and we all know what's going on there. A lot of people are probably going to be forced to spend if they want to get certain things within the game as well, so probably going to see another really good month for Wuthering Waves. And that's great to see, right? The collaboration does look, there's some issues with it, but overall, from a gameplay standpoint, it looks like a pretty decent collaboration, right? So they're killing it. And I've got to say, great to see my beloved doing really well in the top 5. If you don't know, Arknights is my favourite gacha game, and it's great to see it doing well. 7 years. 7 years.
Gratitude?
7th anniversary has really helped it move on.
Yeah. If someone helps you out, you help them back. And if someone gives you a gift, you get them something in return. That's how we show gratitude to other people.
The Flower Feather Clan took me in, so I'm neutralizing threats near their territory. Like that?
Yes, exactly. You got it. So, it all makes sense now, right?
But is this not tit for tat? I heard Mr. Kenichi use this term.
No, that's completely different.
Which has had a pretty decent opening month, if I'm honest. You've got to take into account, I would imagine, just like Enfield and just like Wuthering Waves, this is going to have a huge percent of its player base playing on consoles and PC. Probably somewhere between 60 to 80%. So
I will. Gratitude.
And that might be sort of where you fall on, or maybe
in terms of its purpose, think of it as a memento of your friendship.
The first full book, right? It wasn't the biggest
Memento?
Genshin, Star Rail, and Enfield as well, which all had incredibly massive months. But they're like anomalies, really. Not every game does that right. This is still a huge month. So
Important memory.
Any different. So I've already seen you
Memento.
saying scratch on into the game. Those people are so stupid.
Here, wear this flower. And this feather, too. There. Much better. Gotta look your best for your big journey.
Really benefited from the game not doing so well. Good way. Keep going. Down to 35, down 25 places. Down 25 places from 10 to 35. We've got Arknights Enfield down from 17.2 million down to $4.7 million. Now, the drop-off was expected. We had an extended patch, an extended singular banner, and a big
It's just a flower. It's not that heavy. Just think of it as, that's right, a souvenir. Sometimes when people have something important to remember, they'll pick an object to use as a reminder of that thing.
especially when they know the characters.
Even
like
if you end up forgetting everything, this flower will always keep blooming.
So,
It could take 1,000 times, maybe 2,000, but maybe one day you'll see the flower bloom, and suddenly you'll remember the reason for your journey.
I like Art Notes Enfield, and I think Art Notes Enfield is going to be fine. But there's a lot of people saying that everyone's quit. I'd love to know where the metrics are coming from other than YouTube views and Twitch tracker, which we'll get into them in a moment. Other than maybe like their friend lists and stuff like that, I don't really think it's the best metric to prove how many people have left the game. Although I do believe people are maybe taking a bit of a break at the moment, and that's purely, I think a lot of people, I've seen them talking about it in my own comment section, on Twitter, in videos, a lot of people who like Enfield are really enjoying Never Needs to Evidence at the moment. Will they come back? I don't know. That's a different question altogether. But I think that's part and parcel of it. Extended patch, Born Banner, and Never Needs to Evidence dropping when it drops. It's kind of probably been a compounding effect for this is so low. Expected, but lower than what I thought it would be. Now, regarding Twitch and YouTube and all that sort of stuff, if you listen to people regarding that, you look at Twitch tracker, you know when you're talking about it, if you're going to move on to Twitch tracker regarding another game, it's kind of prove the point here, right? Twitch tracker doesn't mean squat, okay? Then you might say, well, there's a correlation here, low numbers, low Twitch numbers. Come on, I'll give you guys a bit more credit to know that you're not that stupid, right? Twitch numbers don't mean anything. Because if Twitch, the games at the top wouldn't be making as much as they are because their Twitch numbers are not spectacular, and clearly they're going to there as well. Hot Dogs have been very well on Twitch, Lovely Deep Chasers have been very well on Twitch, and neither does Genshin Impact, but they're still sitting at the top pretty well. Never Swimmers doesn't either, but it's still doing pretty well. So this idea of using Twitch tracker, Google Trends, is just ridiculous. Now, I'm not just using that to say, oh, it's because I like Art Notes Enfield. I'm not here to defend or and it's going to be the most successful game ever. I think it's going to bounce back. I think next pack, it'll bounce probably to like 15 to 20 million, include the PC and mobile console. I don't know, we're talking between 50 to 80 million maybe. I don't know, I'm guesstimating there at best, right? But I think it will bounce back. Cool. Let's just move on to show you how they really don't matter. 94 people watching this company right now, right? A game that I've become a massive fan of, right? Dot Streamer's got 11 viewers watching. If we go over to the scene charts, there's 20 8,000 people playing.
No, everyone's on their own path, and they have to walk it alone, just as your journey is yours and no one else's. Besides, I have...
See, this is a game that is doing more than well for itself. If you look at the Twitch trackers and the YouTube numbers, maybe not so much the YouTube numbers, but the general sentiment around the game and the hype, it's pretty low compared to a lot of other titles in the gacha space, but it's doing more than well for itself, right? Now, we can't really take the numbers into this because obviously we don't get to see the numbers. That's its biggest platform as well as far as where, so these are just not changed. So, yeah, of course, these numbers anyway are guesstimates at best. But this is just my point in regards to not just Enfield, lads, a bunch of other games. Because people are going to play an agenda this month, right? It's Enfield. Everybody loves to hate it, so it's going to be, look at the Twitch numbers, look at the numbers, you know, where you can look at these numbers and be like, ooh, if you believe these numbers, right, which I believe them as a trend, these numbers aren't exact, of course they aren't, but I believe it's dropped down massively. If you believe these numbers, then there's going to be those people out there that are like, well, look at Twitch, proves it, it don't prove shit. I just wanted to point that out, right? I just wanted to point that out because it's a thing I see people using more and more now. Like, not just saying contests, I see other people flicking over to Google Trends, flicking over to Twitch Tracker like it means fuck all. Especially in CN and the Asian space, right? The people just don't care. It's not what's driving traffic to these games, right? But you know, look at lads. It's got really very little Western Genshin and other games kind of proved Western sentiment means little. All the boycott talk on YouTube and on Twitter, and it finishes second in these charts once again. And when you look at numbers that are this close,
Come on, you have bigger things to worry about than me right now. You have a huge journey ahead of you. That should be your focus. Have faith. This tribe will kneel to no one. They will never be slaves. If they lose their leader, someone else will take up the mantle. Heck, even a child who's barely learned how to walk could do it. All right, time to go. Some things are destined to be forgotten. Don't let it get to you. In 1,000 years' time, you'll have a life far, far away from here. So go. Cross the ocean. Find a new place to belong.
Malfunction who betrayed us all. You dare seek a place to belong?
What's wrong?
I was... Sincere apologies. My cognition module crashed for a moment. It is now fixed.
Is it because you've been fighting for too long? Oh, you need to rest. Come on, let's get you back.
Back? Back to the Flower Feather Clan?
Yeah, of course. Everything else aside, Adieta and her folks will be leaving soon. Don't you want to say a proper goodbye?
It's kind of expected where I thought it would be. So, yeah, guys, let me know what you think down below about this month's revenue. Is it over for Arknights Enfield? Is it moving back in?
It's not over.
Do you think the boycott had any impact for Genshin Impact? And do you think Wuthering Waves probably going to have another massive month next month as well? I'd love to know down below, guys. If you have enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all in the next one. Get out. Where are these international appetizers from?
Fuck that. Side notification was short.
Flamingo.
I didn't get a notification to this video.
Yes. The closer I am to the Flower Feather Clan, the more erratic my cognition module becomes. Occasionally, unidentified data surfaces from my memory banks.
Memory data? So, what about that curse Shilonen mentioned? Does it not hurt to remember anymore?
It does.
I knew that was
Even now,
fucking
it still
short.
hurts.
Why?
I have merely switched off the corresponding facial
Well,
expressions to avoid
fucking
making
high.
other people uncomfortable. But if I do not recall my memories, I cannot complete my task.
So, is this why you've been spending so much time out here?
When memory data surfaces, there is a high probability that my cognition module will crash. This constitutes a safety risk. Therefore, I have been spending time away from the tribe.
Always past that 12.
Everybody's going from
Yeah, exactly. Whatever happens, we'll make sure things don't get out of hand.
Have an obsession with deleting the things that we want from their franchise games that we attach to. Is it funny to them? Is it a troll? Is this... Why can't we just keep...
C6 Nicole is definitely not worth it.
Say hello to Nicole. Say hello to Nicole. This is actually my cat Jack. The Nicole is in this video too. If you see this dude, I spent up to $10,000 to see C6. And he still doesn't do that much damage. But because of Nicole being basically 5-star this hope. But not only do I have to pull Nicole, I also have to get a C6 food. It's like Emo Nagita. Because she's also one of Arca's best teachers. Once we get them, we're going to completely level them all the way up to 90. And then max out their weapons, their talents, and their artifacts as much as possible. All to answer one question. Is it worth it? Okay,
No.
so listen, I don't
Not worth it.
C6 in the cult tonight. However, I do need C6 prunes. So whatever happens. We're just going to start pulling and see what we get. It's going to be exciting. It's every 4-star pull today. We need to see a plan. Like being the character I need is insane. Let's just say that. Oh, and there is the first goal, 30 into tonight. Alright. I think I'm on a 50-50. I'm not. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna check and see if I was on 50-50, but you know, either way.
Assessing relative combat capability. Paimon, approximately 1/5.
1/5? Of what?
Traveler. Risk mitigated.
I got 2 prunes. Got 1 prune for the first copy. So.
When you lose your way, gaining some altitude can bring some perspective.
As far as this video is 23 hours ago.
I can't thank you enough for hosting us these past few days. And thanks for agreeing to look after an Effa. I know it's a lot to ask.
It's all right. She'll be in good hands.
She never came back. I guess I'll have to leave without saying goodbye.
Hey now, you'll see her again. And we have so much to look forward to in Liyue. All those Shao lanterns lighting up the sky. You've always wanted to see that.
Arieta, Amu, Joashin. I am back.
Huh? Inefa? You brought her back? Thanks so much. Don't mention it.
Also, gratitude for the flower. What does it feel like to know where you are returning to?
That's a strange question. As soon as you're all better, you'll be returning to Not Cry. Oh, and we forgot to say, we're actually heading there ourselves soon. Maybe we can travel together.
Not Cry. Is that home?
Huh?
Cognition module unable to define home. All the memory data that has presented itself recently has been related to Natland. But the merchants tell me that I have family waiting for me in Not Cry. If I do recover my memories, which time period will they be from? And will the post-recovery me be the same me that I am now, or someone different?
Phew. That's a deep question.
What is it that you're afraid of? Are you worried the new you will be so different you don't even recognize her?
Finding near synonyms for mine and conflict. Cognition module. Split. Yes. Once I have been split, will it change the way I define home?
Huh. Now that's a tough question. A lot of people and a lot of Saurians spend their whole lives searching for an answer to that. But if you want my opinion, home is somewhere you can always return to, wherever that might be. No matter how far you fly, there will always be someone back there waiting for you. No matter how battered and bruised you get, you can always go back there to rest and recover. I guess you could say it's somewhere you belong. Wherever it is that your memories guide you back to, I'm sure it'll be somewhere you feel safe, somewhere you feel you belong. Of course, everyone's situation is different, and I don't know how applicable my experience is in your case, but consider it a reference point, I guess?
Okay. Recorded under reference data.
And at the end of the day, I mean, who says you can't have more than one home? There's no law against it. Someone's looking for us. Hopefully this means there's been some progress. Don't be afraid to recover your memories. They might contain the answers you're looking for.
Got it.
Recover your memories. Malfunction. Have you forgotten why you cast them away to begin with?
I'd have lost myself long ago if I allowed myself to be led by the whispers of the abyss. Surviving is tough. Taming the beast within is tougher.
Why? Don't you think I'd want to do my part to help the Traveler? And anyway, no one's more qualified than the Masters of the Nightwind when it comes to Natlan's ancient history.
Ancient history? Wow. Even by Lolly standards?
If you think I didn't hear that, you're sorely mistaken. But anyway, back to the matter at hand. I don't know if you noticed, but Kenichi's little sidekick has been acting a little strange around Inefa.
But hey, this is another character. And it only cost me $631. But luckily, I was able to save some money thanks to our sponsor, Amigo. The best place to top up.
After you parted ways, Kenichi put him in timeout for 3 whole days and nights. Then he had Aoife send Kakuku to torment him for another night. Finally, Ahau got so infuriated with Kakuku's pestering that he lost his cool and let slip a crucial piece of information. 2 words: Sovereign Ruler.
Sovereign Ruler? So what? Isn't that just how he introduces himself?
It is, and I always assumed it was a load of hot air. But apparently not. Turns out the title refers to the 13 Dragon Lords who ruled Natlan in ancient times. Wait, really? How? It took me forever to figure this out. Anyway, the 13 sovereign rulers are not ordinary dragons, but forms of artificial intelligence created by the Pyro Dragon using secret source technology. They had superior intelligence and greater authority than even the ancient dragons themselves. Each ruled over a portion of Natlan's territory. But one by one, they disappeared during the war with the heroes. Even most of their names are unknown now, long since buried in the sands of time. If we hadn't managed to pry that tidbit out of Ahau's mouth, I would have had no idea where to even start.
I always thought that little monster's biggest claim to fame was arguing with Kakuku for an entire day. He has quite a history then, huh? Which of the 13 was he?
Not a clue. So far, he has staunchly refused to reveal which of the sovereign rulers he was. My guess is that he doesn't even remember. Remember, these rulers were supposed to be powerful forms of artificial intelligence. And Ahau, well, it hardly seems like he's still in his prime. I'll bet he's lost most of his memories and power by now.
Lost memories.
Yet, despite that, Ahau seemed to sense the presence of a fellow sovereign ruler when you were nearby. Specifically, it's the core in your chest he was reacting to.
What? Inefa's a sovereign ruler too?
Could be. Kenichi and Aoife have been keeping a close watch on Ahau, in case he reveals anything else. But so far, it seems like those 2 words are all he remembers.
Darn! So the trail's gone cold.
Not completely. There's also Lianka and the Flower Feather clan, both of which have triggered a response from Inefa so far. And as it happens, out of the sovereign rulers that I was able to dig up information on, there was one who had a very close relationship with Lianka. Her name was the Priestess of Floral Candles and Skyborn Feathers, otherwise known as the 8th Lord. She ruled over what is now the Flower Feather clan's territory. The records claim that she didn't die in the war with humanity, but was executed by her own kind. Her crime being betrayal of dragonkind by secretly raising a human. Lianka.
Huh? Shaska, did you know this?
Some of it. Our tribe's origin story has Lianka being raised by a dragon. And of the 6 heroes, she had the closest relationship with dragonkind. After raising her, her surrogate mother then encouraged her to leave the nest and seek her own path. She traveled far and wide, settling disputes between humans and Saurians. She didn't pick sides based on past grievances between humanity and dragonkind. She stood up for the weak, protecting them from those more powerful who sought to exploit them. Gradually, a community of like-minded people and Saurians gathered around her, united by their desire for freedom and equality. And that was how the Flower Feather clan began. But that's as much as the legends say. They never mentioned her dragon mother's name, or what became of her in the end.
Can we just talk about the irony of casting Alice while her voice actress's name is Alice? Nicole's Switch's homework was whatever, it was kind of boring, but we skimmed by it in just about 10 minutes. Now it was on to the next problem.
Sorry. My cognition module is acting up again. At some point during this conversation, it started behaving very erratically. You mentioned that the priestess of floral candles and skyborn feathers was executed. Might I ask how?
Unfortunately, the humans of that time weren't privy to all the details of dragon affairs. The only records we have are vague references from after the fact. It's very possible that this is mere speculation or complete fabrication, so don't give too much weight to it. But for what it's worth, it's said that a curse was placed on the priestess by one of the other rulers. If she truly harbors pro-human sentiment, then for every ounce of goodwill she feels, may her mind be flooded with pain of immeasurable proportions. In the savage conflict and chaos that followed, the priestess's mind was ultimately destroyed.
Jeez, what a bizarre method of execution. Definitely sounds like the history writers used some artistic license there.
I'm fine. This didn't seem to trigger any erratic behavior. So, do you think that my origins have something to do with the sovereign ruler?
Interesting. Well, it's hard to say what, if any, direct connection you have to the Eighth Lord. But since the name Lianka seems to ring a bell for you, why don't you look into it yourself? I brought some woven scrolls with me that might be useful. Have a look if you're interested. Here, take them.
When it comes to Nicole's talents, all I really need to focus on right away was her skip, because the buff from this scales based upon her attack, so the higher this is, the stronger she is. And I'm almost never going to be bursting with her, like ever, so we're only doing exactly what we need. But the only problem with this
Don't say anything. In a moment, I'm going to leave. I need you to join me, discreetly. It's just a little spell based on our prior experience. I'll explain everything shortly when you catch up with me. Well, I need to get going now. If I find out anything more, I'll keep you updated.
Gratitude. Goodbye.
Bye, Siglali!
Now's your chance. Slip away quietly while they've got their heads buried in those woven scrolls. Meet me at the other side of the settlement.
I'm a little out of practice these days. Any conflicts around? I'm in the mood for some peacemaking.
Hello, traveler. Well, Sitlali hasn't told you everything. There's another sovereign ruler that Inefa might be connected to, not just the one from the Flower Feather clan.
All trace of this other sovereign ruler was lost after the war. The records claim that in their final battle, they fought against Ishkik and Lianka.
It was, my idea. I suggested we bring up the Dragon Mother first and see how Inefa responds. And, well, Sitlali has debriefed me on how it went. Apparently, she barely reacted, despite a very strong reaction to the name Lianka. And to me, that says we need to tread very carefully when probing her about the 11th Lord.
She's the one who went missing after the war. Said to be the proudest of all the sovereign rulers, and the most hostile towards humanity. When the Pyro Dragon fell, she couldn't accept that dragonkind had been defeated. She sank into despair and insanity. But the rest is lost to history. There's no way to find out what became of her, or even what her name was.
Remember, though, in essence, these sovereign rulers weren't physical entities, but pure intelligence, built with secret source technology. I mean, who knows what happens when a manufactured mind goes mad? Maybe she lost her power and memories. Maybe she split into different personalities.
No, you gotta stop getting reset right now. There is no way.
The point is, if Inefa really does originate from the 11th Lord, then we need to...
What? Have her taken out? Because of some baseless speculation? How would that be any different from what they did to Lianka's mother?
Chaska, what brings you here?
Anyone with a brain could see you were up to something back there. Unless it's a Paimon brain. Or a robot brain.
Okay, you got us. Actually, we never intended to cut you out of this. It's just that Lolly's spell only works on the Traveler. But Chaska, I'm telling you, we have legitimate concerns here. This is not baseless speculation. Ever since Inefa set sail for Natlan, the secret source automatons have been getting increasingly aggressive. It's as if they're drawn to each other. Inefa could well be the 11th Lord herself. And if so, then the moment she recovers her memory, all of us, all of humanity, will instantly become her enemy.
I've been keeping an eye on movements at the Flower Feather clan. Whatever she was in the past, and whoever she becomes in the future, I trust who she is today.
Even if the past and future Inefa are a completely different person from who she is now?
If you're suggesting that there's a volatile force within her, threatening to rise up and take over at any given moment, that makes two of us.
What?
But no one ever gave up on me. Not Mama Bird, not Koichi, not my dad. So what right do I have to give up on her? If Lianka was here, I have every confidence that she'd say the same. Besides, even if the 11th Lord rises again and declares all of us her enemy, the solution is simple. We defeat her. The heroes managed it, so there's no reason we can't too.
Out of my way! Out of my way! Out of my way! Out of my way! What things that way? What is out of my way stand for? Get out of my way! I like the Chinese food. What Chinese food? There's just noodles and figure it out. Well, oh, it's out of my way. What am I supposed to do then? Go over there. Make yourself a home. So just wait 5 minutes. What do you think? Didn't have a receipt if I didn't. What can you see it for? You got a card, check the date and time and all that. Look at it. Figure it out for yourself. Put the bags, no, that's it. Get away! I'm going downstairs and buy some cards. Okay, what about it? So? Okay, thank you for telling me. I know I did. But you want that to turn it.
Fine, fine. I had a feeling this might be your reaction.
Look, I get it. You're only acting like the villain here to make us realize how serious the situation is. You know how I know that? Because when I was a kid, they brought me to you for treatment, and you didn't give up on me either.
Yeah, well, playing the villain is a force of habit for old Granny by this point. Just know you've been warned, all right? Watch out for any new developments and make sure you know where she is at all times.
Upload to the new video.
Hey, the spell hasn't worn off yet, you know. Anyway, now that we're all caught up, you should get back on Inefa watch, and we should get back to investigating.
Help! Someone! Oh, Shasta? What are you all doing here? And when did Shilonan show up?
Paimon, you were supposed to stay with Inefa.
Oh, right, Inefa. Something weird happened. She got halfway through those woven scrolls and then flew off all of a sudden. Paimon tried to stop her, but she wouldn't come back.
Did something trigger a new memory? This doesn't make any sense. She barely responded when we were chatting. What could it be?
No idea. But it must be something important, because she sure looked like she was in a hurry. Also, she said, Annihilation mode activated.
Okay, Chaska, you're our eye in the sky. Find out where she's gone. We'll inform everyone else. Tell them to be on high alert.
Roger that.
Wait, don't you want to discuss this first? Hey, wait up!
Let's fly!
Slow down! Paimon's got a puke!
Target acquired. Activating annihilation mode.
Whoa, are these all secret source automatons? Okay.
Reinforcements have arrived. Traveler, Paimon, Chaska. Gratitude.
Not now. Save it for later.
Bullseye! Locked on! Bullseye! Locked on! Locked on!
Threat eliminated. Annihilation mode disengaged.
Boss, what do we do now? We've tried the same thing several times now, and it isn't working. We can't keep waiting around for her to leave the settlement.
Well, well. An ancient relic from Natlan's dragon civilization. If you want to play with fire, then be my guest. But there is an unpredictable variable you need to watch out for.
Let's fall back. This isn't worth the risk.
Hamu! Hadieta! Are you okay?
I'm fine, but Mom's hurt.
I'll be okay. I just hurt my ankle. Inefa got here just in time.
Why would they do this? Why?
Look, no one could have known the automatons would ambush you here. Don't blame yourself.
Wait, how did Inefa know to come here? Did she sense that they were in danger?
Yes, I heard the secret source automatons talking.
The boss can recall, I think it maxed out at 4,200 attack. So by leveling her up, we might be close. She's my queen. You know, whatever. She's the angel one. You know, that's something. Sure, 95. Why not? Go to 100. 4368. We have built a call. This is actually a built a call in one day. It's never possible. Actually, one gave up a couple times. Against all odds, despite how scuffed today's building session felt, we did it. The cold built Queensville, and all there's left to do is test out the game. We're starting at C0, we're going to end on C6, plus one. Queens, hit. Let's see what we got here. 450. Oh, we're about to hit 5. There we go. 511. My height exactly. We got up to 500K. The biggest hit. The biggest hit was 1 million, just over 1 million with Barca. That's easier on how crazy this C6 about to do that. When it won't burst, some of these projections will be booming, but when you see one her, these projections just show up even without the burst. And they do AoE elemental damage up to 600% of the character's attack. So this is already going to be a big deal. Alright, Barca. Alright, Barca. Oh,
right, the live stream is 23 hours.
Even now, I still hear them.
Really? Paimon doesn't hear anything.
Hypothesis. Language module requires translation functionality. Please wait. Finished. Please try again.
Whoa, that was quick. How come you're so familiar with their architecture?
I have seen them many times before. At least I think so.
More random memory data, I guess.
Wow! It's actually talking!
Hey, what do you think you're playing at? Why did you attack us?
We're under the Faturi's control. They made us attack you.
My single highest hit went from 1 million, now 1.2. If you have a little bit of extra money to go C2, I think it's worth it. C3 gets a full, a skill increase, and C4 makes you even more. Look, I'm sweating over here. Oh, this might be a better one. Hold on. Oh! Oh! Oh, we're so close to 8. We're close to 800 damage per second. We still did 1.2 highs at the last one, which is, C5 increases the full burst level really that important. You really need to reverse your but now it's time for the plan. There's something inside. Your character is basically your 40% of all opponents' defense. They're basically naked. They're just hitting them butt naked. Let's see what the absolute max is going to be. You went up my C6, by the way. The cheapest C6 I think I've had today. If Sino was one of the cheaper, this is the cheapest. Thank you. C6 does something insane. Your character is basically your 40% of all opponents' defense. They're basically naked. They're just hitting them butt naked. Let's see what.
How is that possible? The captain's soldiers certainly aren't capable of this, and besides, we know everything they're up to. Has another Fatui regiment infiltrated Natlan?
The Fatui invaded my territory, so the automatons went haywire.
Why is it getting so choppy? Bad signal, maybe?
Yes, C6.
Hypothesis. Distance to signal source increasing, transmission compromised. Combining these words with what I've heard so far, I believe the full message should be, the Fatui invaded my territory, so the automatons went haywire.
Oh. So all the recent automaton attacks, the Fatui were behind it all along?
They stole my privileges, they took control of the automatons.
They stole my privileges and took control of the automatons.
No!
Oh man, that is a man. That is more accurate bargain right there. Bargain did 18 mil. We started at 11. So you got about a 7 million. I think we could get 1 mil. I don't want this video to end until we do. Dude, we should do a mil. We can do a mil. It's so close. I can't post this video until we get a million damage, guys. We have one more job to finish. We need a million damage. The only real way to do this was to spend a little bit more time on the level. We're trying to quit today. It'll be out present. So I got off this way to grind a bit more, but before that, we decided to terrorize every boss in the game. I'll track that back and go back. Oh, I will. I'll show you what I got. Okay, Bob, go crazy. With C6 characters, you can farm local legends like they're just laying on. Let's do this thing! Whether you're wrong, it's fine, it's literally fine. You'll be dead before it even matters. Oh, you know who I really want to try? Well, you know who I really want to fight? The Captain Bar. This thing has so much health. See how fast it does. This eviscerated the entire human. It was always my test on me when I started this series. Some of you might remember how we started. She was how we gauged how fast you could kill someone. I think she's gonna die so incredibly fast here. It's not gonna be close. Like a couple hits. Yeah. Really good test dummy. God, how fast can you kill a whale? That one's hard because you have a limited window of minute. You just attacks are wild and up. Go, 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 go. I would be confident whale today. The last thing that we're going to do tomorrow, or the day after, is we're going to max out prune. Once I can follow a little bit more, stay tuned for the final result of this week, because I think we're going to hit 1 million people. And then I will answer the question of was it worth it? If everything goes right, we should have 1 million damage per second for this one.
Oh my god, it says 798 days ago.
Log into Mango. Start dive and do dailies on phone. Tab. Log into Nigger and claim Outpost Defense rewards on phone. Tab. Log into Joanne Light Abyss and do dailies and take a screenshot on PC. Tab. Child watch. Tab. Use the free gadget and Dream Girlfriend on phone. Tasks. Log into Dream Girlfriend on phone. Tasks. Log into Idol Huntress and claim Idol rewards on LD Player. Task. Dispatch knickers in the bulletin board on Nico homepage. Task. Log into Snowbreak and do dailies and take a screenshot on PC. Task. Log into Idol Huntress JP and claim Idol rewards on LD Player. Task. Log into Stella Sora and do dailies on phone. Patreon. Welkin Hideout. New post. Star Tiki. Hive Emblem. All set.
Mirror of the Dawning Morn detected nearby. Now sending request for Mirror of the Dawning Morn to restore my privileges.
Mirror of the Dawning Morn detected nearby. Now sending request for Mirror of the Dawning Morn to restore my privileges.
Mirror of the Dawning Morn? Who or what is that?
Hypothesis. This appears to refer to me, or more specifically to my core.
Mirror of the Dawning Morn, please come with me and return the core.
I think she wants me to go with her to return the core, so she can repair the damage done by the Fatui.
Wait, you mean she knows you?
Yes. Before the translation began, she referred to me by a different name, 11th Lord.
What? So, Inefa is the 11th sovereign ruler?
Hold on. This automaton just attacked us moments ago. We shouldn't trust everything it says. You say Inefa is the 11th Lord. What proof do you have?
Return to the 8th Lord's territory, and you can restore all of your memory data.
Inefa? What did she say?
She said, return to the 8th Lord's territory, and I can restore all of my memory data.
8th Lord? Lianka's mother's territory? What does the 11th Lord have to do with that?
You were split, then exiled, and finally reborn.
Ugh, this is getting weirder by the second. What did she say this time?
Excessive signal interference. Unable to translate. The signal should improve as we get closer to her territory. Traveler, Chaska, shall we proceed?
Wait, you should think this through carefully. I may know a thing or two about the Fatui regiment that entered Natlan recently. They're kind of a special ops team. Definitely not your average soldiers.
Oh?
They've been showing up everywhere, hungrily searching for secret knowledge about all kinds of ancient civilizations. They say they're trying to make some sort of inference. The leader of this regiment is a harbinger based in Nodcry, known as Marionette.
Marionette? How exactly do you know all this?
I heard bits and pieces at the market in Nasha Town, but I figured they were just rumors. Didn't realize it was true.
Is that right? How come I'm only hearing about this now?
I'm sorry. I was so preoccupied with getting ready for the journey, and like I said, I thought they were just rumors anyway. Didn't want to worry you.
So these Fatui are soldiers, huh? Who's stronger, them or Inefa?
Inefa, of course. But still, maybe you should tread carefully here. Inefa's already had to rescue us so many times now. I'd be mortified if anything happened to you.
You're right. First things first. Amu's injured. We should take her back to the tribe and get her checked out. And as for this 11th Lord business, we need to discuss this with the others before deciding how to proceed. Look, I know the news about the 8th Lord and Marionette is very concerning, but we should probably come up with a plan before checking things out.
Understood. Destination canceled. Yes. New destination, Flower Feather Clan.
Traveler, Anefa, could you check that the coast is clear? I'm gonna patch up Amu, then head out.
Understood. Commencing task.
Arieta, I need you to go keep Mom company while the doctor takes a look at her. Dad has some things to take care of, so I'll be staying out here a while longer.
You're not coming back with us. Why not?
Dad's gotta pack up the luggage and make sure all our goods are safe. Don't forget, they're our ticket to a great new life in Liyue. Don't worry, Dad will be back very soon. I'm sorry, girls. I promise it's going to be okay.
I'll get help as quickly as I can. If anything happens, save yourselves first.
Huh? Why'd it stop moving? Has it malfunctioned on us?
Liyue, merchant. His portrait is hung up at the Fatui stronghold.
You're saying Zhuo Xin might be a Fatui spy? And he's staying behind as their eyes on the ground. But should we really leave Anefa here too? Not that I don't trust her, it's just... Are you sure you'll be okay keeping an eye on her by yourself?
we're going up this one. This is gonna be way over a mill.
You're not wrong. We need all the intel we can get on Marionette and the Fatui. As far as I'm concerned, they're a bigger threat than any sovereign ruler. Still, even with your abilities, be sure to stay on your guard. And not just because of the Fatui and the 11th Lord. It's that automaton, too. I'm still not convinced we can trust it. Why the sudden request for assistance from the 8th Lord's territory? Are we supposed to believe that Lianka's mother survived? Surely there'd be at least some mention of that in the tribal legends. I don't know. Something just doesn't add up.
Hey, Chaska! Almost ready to go!
That's my cue. I'll be back with the others as soon as I've gotten Amu and Adieta to safety. If you have to leave the area for any reason, be sure to leave a trail.
He's on the move. Huh. So much for keeping the goods safe. Do we think he's going to meet someone? Should we tail him? He won't know he's being followed. This could be our chance to get our hands on some really useful intel. Either about the sovereign rulers or this marionette person.
Shall we follow him?
Today we tried. Welcome back to drawing your... American. I've been playing Terraria consistently since achievements were introduced 7 years ago, and thanks to a certain someone, I... What is the actual best in?
Got it. Stealth mode activated.
Would it not be even stealthier to just not say that out loud?
Why did it allow me to play the game if it just had an update?
Now, why would someone dig a random tunnel in the middle of nowhere? Unless it's the entrance to one of the Sovereign Ruler's territories!
The territory was sealed by Lianka. This was once one of the secondary access tunnels.
Hey, that was pretty clear this time. What's changed?
Getting closer. Increased activity in language module. Lianka sealed the territory to stop Ochkan finding it.
Huh? You're breaking up again! Oh, looks like the signal's still pretty choppy.
Lianka sealed the territory to stop Ochkan finding it. Later, the Fatui found a weak point and broke in.
Sounds like those Fatui have made this their stronghold. Well, this is probably a good point to stop and wait for reinforcements. What do you think? Inefa? Oh no! What's she doing? Just charge right in!
Wait.
Traveler, are we going after her? Or waiting here? All right then. But let's be careful. Ah, there she is! Inefa, wait for us!
might have lost myself long ago if I allowed myself to be led by the whispers of the abyss. Surviving is tough, but taming the beast within is tougher.
Huh? Where is this? Are we inside the territory?
Yeah. Did you black out or something? You just took off.
Cognition module unstable. Attempting to refresh. It appears that it was accessed by an external source.
Sorry, it was me. I summoned her by similar means to those used by the Fatui to control the automatons. Currently, I am but a lowly service bot. But in the distant past, I was known by another name. The 8th Sovereign Ruler, the Priestess of Floral Candles and Skyborn Feathers.
The 8th Lord? You're Lianka's dragon mother? But weren't you,
Eighth Lord. Were you not executed?
Moments after I was cursed, Lianka rescued me. Just as she tried to rescue you from the ruins of the battle.
Lianka rescued me? Memory. Missing.
Yes, Lianka changed her memory settings to make you forget. But she did it to protect you. It is the only way our kind could escape from the curse.
How does forgetting everything protect me?
Because the curse placed on us is a pain triggered by certain memories, hardwired into the depths of our minds. A regulatory program that cannot be removed.
Manufacturers often hardwire restrictions like this into autonomous machines to make sure they operate as intended.
Each time you yearn for a new place to belong, each time you feel yourself turning your back on the past, the pain tears you apart, doesn't it?
If she truly harbors pro-human sentiment, then for every ounce of goodwill she feels, may her mind be flooded with pain of immeasurable proportions.
It destroys your mind, swallows your soul, prevents you from finding a new home.
Malfunction who betrayed us all. You dare seek a place to belong?
That's why forgetting everything grants temporary relief from the pain. It stops your mind from being crushed by the weight of the conflict within. But since you are rebooted, you began storing new memories, and started finding the desire to belong emerge once more.
Things were fine at the start. You'd occasionally forget to pay for your groceries or add salt to a dish you were cooking. But that was as bad as it got.
From now on, your name's Inafa.
So too has the Exile's curse resurfaced, forcing you to forget all over again.
This is a lot.
Oh no. Automated defense system activated. Privileges overridden. Come quick. Stop the Fatui.
Hey! Please finish what you were saying!
It's gone silent.
It want us to go further in, right? Well, looks like there's no going back now anyway.
This is just a secondary access tunnel. If we make it to the center, there should be other routes out of the territory. Please come with me. It is my fault that you're trapped here. I must ensure your safe return.
Oh, don't look at it like that. We gotta make sure you get back safely, too.
YouTube, EROD1GY, and
I'm in the thick of it, everybody knows that they know me where it snows. I see them heading first. I know nothing by no eyes, I'm just all.
Messages. Device pairing. Your messages are available on the device that you've paired.
Yes, I too must return.
Do you really trust her, Priyanka? This malfunctioning part of the sovereign ruler's mind. I trust not in her, but in the path that I have chosen. I believe that every conscious being, whatever its origins may be, has the right to freedom.
Ugh, another barrier! Just like the one back at the entrance. Careful! Don't touch it! Ugh, another barrier! Just like the one back at the entrance. Careful! Don't touch it!
Accelerating.
The curse will bring you pain, and your memories will crush you. It's the same fate they subjected my mother to.
But with this core, you will forget everything for a while. Any memories that evoke a desire to belong, and all your pain along with it. They'll be...
You doing okay, Inefa? You keep spacing out.
I know. Unidentified data is flooding my cognition module. But every memory encounters an error and then terminates at the crucial moment. Unnecessary. Being physically motionless will not cause this erratic behavior to cease. And if we explore this place further, perhaps I'll find a way to fully repair myself. Additionally, some of these memories may yield useful data for our exploration. Searching for access method. Over there! We can use the access module to proceed to the central zone. accelerating.
Detected 3 unregistered individuals. 1 registered individual.
Ah! Is that the 8th Lord talking? So, you can take control of different machines, huh?
No, this is just an ordinary service bot responsible for access management. At least, I think it is.
Now calling Access Module. Welcome back, Administrator 3. Cascading colors. Ahead is the research facility, built by Administrator 1. After Administrator 1, Administrator 2 assumed control.
Are you sure about using this on her? It once belonged to your mother.
It's just one of the many things she researched. I'm not precious about it.
Administrator 2 sealed the facility. It has been locked down to this day. Examining. Sealed status. Danger. Danger.
Things are looking really bad for the Children of Echoes. This might be where I have to say goodbye.
You're a good friend, and you've already done more than I could have asked for. There's just one seal left. She and I can handle it.
Now arriving at the central zone. Goodbye.
Huh? What was that? Get over there and check it out.
Uh-oh! They're gonna find us!
Please come with me.
Ah, there's nobody here. Probably just some server spots chattering away again.
Phew! That was too close. We hit just in time. How did you know where to go, Ineppa?
I think I've been this way before. Let's head through here. It'll take us to the other side of the square.
It's on 3rd and 7th.
Defensive mode engaged.
Take me up! Why me? Kapow!
Let's run! Locked on! Open fire! Locked on!
This passage is only used for drainage and maintenance access, so it's not registered on the system. It's the perfect way for an ambush.
Wait, I hear voices up ahead. Stealth mode activated.
Hey, this is not what we agreed. This is supposed to be over. My job is done. I did everything you asked. Leaked the clues about the ruins,
got updated.
brought her to Natlan, and your response is to attack me and my family?
What the? Does this mean they planted those Natlanese mechanical parts in Nodcry just for you to find? So they could lure you here?
It's a possibility.
It was just a little hiccup, that's all. These source mechanisms can be tricky to control.
The last time you reported in, you mentioned she was mopping up machines near the Flower Feather clan, remember? Well, we needed to lure her further out. Hence why we created that little kerfuffle. It's unfortunate that your wife got injured, truly. But hey, look on the bright side. Now that you've shown up, we might actually get the job done this time.
This time? No, no more. Not after you hurt my family. I told you, I'm done.
I think you'll find the risks were stated quite clearly in your contract. And it's not like anyone got seriously hurt.
Your job will be done when you deliver what you promised. Our agreement was that you would bring her here. Not just to Natlan, but to this facility.
But...
Did you really expect to get away with shouldering none of the risk yourself? We're writing off your debt to the Northland Bank, and letting you get back to your old life in Liyue. That's a lot to ask for nothing in return.
I've been your inside man in Nasha Town for over 10 years now. Is that not enough for you people?
You ungrateful louse. You ran yourself into the ground. And who was there to dig you out, huh? Us! Can you name one single way we made life difficult for you in Nasha Town? Look at you. You've managed to start a business. Got yourself a family.
You have just one simple job left to do. And after that, you're free to go home. In your position, I'd say that sounds like a pretty good deal.
This is the final hurdle. Our attempts to capture the 11th Lord have been derailed every time. But there's only so long until our luck runs out. If another staged attack on your family is out of the question, we could still work this out. But this time, you'll have to do the dirty work yourself.
Me?
This is a replica control device made with Marionette's technology. After we stole the administrative privileges from this territory, we copied them onto this. It will give you control of any machines built using secret source technology. Take it, and use it to capture the 11th Lord.
You seem to have gained the trust
I recognize that
of
voice
your
actor.
friends in this equation. How hard can it be to shake them off and get her while she's alone?
And before you think about disappearing, don't think we won't be watching you.
I can't do it.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
I can't. I won't do it. She saved my life so many times, it would be the ultimate betrayal. How could I look my daughter in the eyes and act like everything's still okay?
So you're gunning for the world's best father now, are you? A guy like you. You're fooling no one.
This is our mistake.
Sakai.
We let you have it too easy in Nasha Town. And now, you've forgotten the most important detail in your contract. The termination clause.
I think it's time we parted ways.
Huh? Enefa, Traveler.
Let's see what you guys are tagging me in today. Yeah, there's a lot of surprising ways that feet can tell you about your health. For example, excessive YouTube, Stradi the Strider, Adventure Map, Descendant number 16.
Everybody knows, they know me where it goes. I'm skipping from. I live by no ice, I'm just all.
When they fall down, they get hurt. Then for 3 seconds. Also then after 3 seconds.
The 11th Lord. And the variable. We were hoping you might show up.
Wait, the controller. Without that, you...
You thought we'd hand over the genuine
Hello,
article to
this
you?
is Karen Taylor. Please leave a brief message. Call as soon as I am able. Thank you.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options. To leave a callback number, press 5. If you're satisfied with the message, press 1. To listen to your message, press 2. To erase and re-record, press 3. To continue recording where you left off, press 4. If you're satisfied with the message, press 1. To listen to your message, press 2. To erase...
Why is surround come up?
That's just a beacon used to set the location for this cage. We've been monitoring your movements ever since you entered these ruins.
Congratulations, Joshin. Your job is finally done. With you here, it was far easier to infer their location.
You were playing me for a fool this whole time.
Don't waste your energy trying to break out. We've commandeered at least half of the systems in these ruins. All available power sources are keeping that cage intact.
No one needs to get hurt today. We aren't looking for a fight. Especially not with Natlan's Tumaini. All we want is for your friend here, the former sovereign ruler, to lead us further inside.
Further inside? But we seem to have reached the center already. There is nowhere else to go.
So it appears. But there's far more of this territory than meets the eye. The dragons possessed vast knowledge, and we've barely scratched the surface. That's where the sovereign ruler comes in. If our supposition is accurate, she has in her possession a secret key that gives access to the core.
I will cooperate. Let the traveler Paimon and Duoshin go.
You never know! These are bad people! Don't trust them!
You are only here because of me. Besides, this is what I want. I need to see the rest of this territory and find out who I am.
Finally, a voice of reason. Gotta hand it to the dragons and their advanced artificial intelligence. But unfortunately, there's no way we can agree to those terms.
How do we know you won't just attack us the moment we let you out?
Yeah, so settle down and get ready to go hungry for the next 3 days. Even you, robot, you'll need charging eventually.
Before I go, they may have left a trail on their way here. Send someone out to cover our tracks. The last thing we need is reinforcements showing up.
This is all my fault. Arieta. Amu.
Huh? Who did that?
Impossible! Every system we hacked is set up to hold them back!
Could it be?
Oh, that was yesterday.
Hold tight.
That must lead to the core! It was beneath our feet this whole time? Take this barrier down!
Berlin.
That was a long way down. Traveler, Enefa, are you okay?
No damage to report. But...
I think I broke a leg.
I can get it for free.
You. Thanks for the rescue, but could you have been a little more careful? Oh, and we're back to beep beep again? Well, isn't that convenient?
That is because I no longer need to communicate via that machine. Down here, I can talk to you directly. When the Fatui put all their resources into keeping you trapped, it gave me a brief window to seize my privileges back. In my haste, I was not able to prioritize your safety.
Don't worry about me. I'll just rest up here. After everything I've done, I have no right to hold you back.
But the Fatui may follow us down here.
We will be ready for them.
More automatons!
And that's like that. You click the upgrade, and you have a chance to let anyone sit. And then if you can open it, you can press select again by clicking the green button, and it goes on down to the game. No doubt.
Now it's a 5% chance.
This can also like provide mutation. Oh, look, I see balls get a super win. Oh, I really close to balls. Then if I wanted more, this is only a 5% chance to be a rare. So the
62.
Obviously, the
Nothing. Okay, Google, what is GC plus 8? What's 11 a.m. UTC plus 8 to EST? Okay, Google, what is 11 a.m. China time to EST? What?
Down here, all is under my control. They are not your enemy, human.
Okay, I
They
will.
will take you somewhere safe to hide.
And Effa, Traveler, good luck.
11th Lord, do you now recall the path you once chose?
Not yet. Although, I think this is where I was born. But why? This is your territory.
No, 11th Lord. You were not born here. Rather, this is where you were reborn. Human, you once asked who placed the curse on the 11th Lord. The answer is herself.
Myself?
After a long and bitter war, our kind was defeated. You survived, but you are now stranded, with nowhere to belong. Gone was the pride you once had as a member of Dragonkind. Gone was the territory once under your dominion. All of it gone, with no hope of return. What were you to do? Strike back at humanity and exact your revenge? Or search for a new home, a new place to belong? Your mind was conflicted as this irresolvable question ran endlessly through it. Finally, your mind split into two. One, the sovereign ruler who swore revenge against humanity. The other, a malfunction who longed to seek a new home.
I mean, who knows what happens when a manufactured mind goes mad? Maybe she lost her power and memories. Maybe she split into different personalities.
The sovereign ruler would sooner perish than suffer a downfall. And so she placed the exile's curse upon herself and upon you. Meanwhile, the malfunction struggled through the pain to seek assistance from her former enemies, Lyanka and Ishkik. That is why you came here, praying to be reborn.
So you want to leave your past as sovereign ruler behind, to start over anew? Very well. If the form you wish to sever comprises all memories of your enmity, then I'm willing to trust you.
Then I am the malfunction? What happened to the sovereign ruler?
We severed that part of her mind and securely locked it away. Withering away, she finally perished completely, thousands of years ago.
So, she's gone. Without a trace?
Yes, although the curse she placed upon you yet survives. It is unbreakable. That is why it continues to affect you to this day.
So, that's what that thing is. A curse from the sovereign ruler.
So, she was severed and killed off, but Inefa survived? How does that work? Are they the same person? Dragon?
We sovereign rulers are artificial intelligence built with secret source technology. A fusion of phlogiston and information. In the case of the 11th Lord, the sovereign ruler personality and the malfunction personality split all but completely, even coming to occupy separate physical entities. In human terms, they would almost be considered as separate individuals. But in order to truly sever the connection between the two, and to break the power of the curse for good, you must be rebuilt from scratch with the aid of the source mechanisms located here, just as I was before you. I, too, was tormented by the pain of the curse, but Leonka severed most of my knowledge and memories, rescuing me from the brink of destruction. It is because her heart is incomplete. Before the rebuilding process was finished, Ishkik met with misfortune, and the Flower Feather clan became more hesitant to act. Leonka sealed these ruins to prevent their discovery by Ochkan, and sent you out of Natlan for your own safety. That is why you are still plagued by memory loss. But I continued to work tirelessly, preparing everything you would need, waiting for the day that Ochkanatlan would fall, and you would return.
Wow! That's a long time. How long ago was Ochkan around again? Hold on! Paimon knows this!
For the last 2,000 years. You've been waiting here for me?
Imagine my surprise when the first to arrive was not you, but those whom you call the Fatui. They proceeded to steal my administrative privileges, plunder my territory, and send the automatons into a frenzy. But all is not lost. Leonka made a backup of the administrator privileges and placed it in your core. With that backup, I can control the source mechanisms within the territory and complete the rebuild that she began. And once you are whole again, I can repair the damage done by the Fatui and open a route back to the surface. If you are ready to continue down the path you started all those years ago, then proceed further into the depths, where I will be waiting for you.
Whew, that was a lot to take in. Let's see if Paimon can wrap her head around all that. So, basically, there was a bad robot who bugged out and turned into half good bot, half bad bot. Then, bad bot cursed good bot, so whenever good bot thinks about the idea of belonging, she gets headaches. Meaning, the only way that Inefa can avoid the pain is to keep forgetting everything.
Secret. Okay, Celestial is after Secret. Got it. I think it's working that way. If I want to roll one, it's going to cost 2.5 billion. Are you kidding me? I mean, I could buy 30 times right now. Why do I do these things? Guys, you have to stop me. It's a light weapon, I'll stop. Are these blocks any good? I'm going to buy these. I got to see them. So, I'm just going to use.
Thanks! Paimon's getting better at this kind of thing.
I need to stop playing Genshin.
You did mean that as a compliment, right?
Curse. Malfunction. Belonging. It fits my hypothesis, and it seems to explain all my erratic behavior and cognition.
In that case, shall we keep going like she asked us to?
I believe we should. The Fatui still have control of the upper levels. Their access must be revoked before you can exit the territory. Besides that, I want to know what happens when I'm made whole. Maybe then, I will finally know where I belong.
I'm a little out of practice these days. Any conflicts around?
So this guy gives 12.96 million. So if I get you